Greetings, everybody. Welcome. Grand Rising, welcome, everybody. Welcome in the room to the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement live stream. Greetings, makeup is my yoga. Welcome. Thank you for the light. Greetings, Yaisha. Welcome back today. Hope you're doing well. Are you glad to be alive today? Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement. Welcome to this safe and sacred sanctuary. Welcome to this sacred and safe space. Welcome, where we here are decolonizing our faith, deconstructing harmful beliefs, limiting ideas, and expanding our consciousness, expanding our spirituality. So welcome. As you come in the room, please tap the screen, share and like. Let somebody know that we're here live and we're enjoying each other, and we're going to have a powerful session today. And our topic today is You Are Gifted. You are gifted. Unlocking, evolving, and protecting your divine spiritual power. That's what we're talking about today. So if you know you have spiritual gifts, or you want to awaken them, you want to identify them, you want to expand them, this is the place for you today. Welcome. As you come in, tap the screen. Let us know where you're watching from. Give us greetings in the comments section. Share this live to at least 10, 11 people, everybody. In a few moments, we're going to start our teaching for today. It's Tuesday. We're moving along. I love a little quartet. I grew up on quartet music. Remind me of down home south. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Welcome, everybody. If this is your first time being here, welcome into this space. And if you are a reoccurring participant in this live stream, into this virtual sanctuary, welcome back. Peace, power, and light, and love, blessings to each and every one of you, family, who decided to drop in today. Whatever brought you here, welcome. If you're a friend, if you're a foe, if you're on your spiritual journey, or if you're a critic, we welcome you all here. This is a safe and sacred space for everyone that is learning to walk in spirituality in an expanded consciousness perspective. Okay, D-Rock 635, I acknowledge your prayer request. Greetings, everybody. Greetings, nephew JJ. Welcome. Good to see you pop in today. So welcome, everybody, to the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement live session where truth is told, chains are broken, and divinity is remembered. I am your host, Chief Apostle Veronica Yisrael, Chief High Priestess, Global Spiritual Leader, Teacher, Guide, and Prophetic Voice, and founder of the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement. I'm also the host of the Sankofa Sessions podcast, and I teach African cosmology and spiritual wisdom from an expanded consciousness perspective, guiding those that are ready to decolonize their faith, deconstruct religious dogma, and realign with their divine power and ancestral roots. So welcome, welcome. I will definitely keep you in prayer and then hold you in consciousness, JJ, because we are going to declare that you're going to start feeling better. So we will be lifting you up. So I'm your sister, your auntie, mother, cousin, teacher, and guide on this sacred path of awakening today. And today's teaching is not just for the curious, it's for those that are called. Because as we remember the famous passage of sacred text that said, many are called, but few are chosen. So are you a chosen one today? Not chosen to be more special than anybody else in the universe, but chosen to be a leader in this awakening movement time, this time where people are awakening. Have you been called and chosen to be a leader, to help awaken others, to bring them out of the darkness of indoctrination, out of the darkness of colonialism, out of the darkness of the spell that has been casted over the whole world, into the light that's within them? So if you've ever wondered, do I have spiritual gifts? Or why do I feel different or misunderstood? Or why do I see or sense things other people ignore or don't see? And most importantly, if you've ever asked, why do I have this gift? Why do I feel this way? Why do I see these things? And what do I do with what I'm carrying? If you've asked any of those questions to yourself at any point, then you are divinely aligned with this moment right now and what we're going to be teaching today. Because today we're going to dive deeper than any reel or any short clip or Sunday morning sermon could. And our topic today is a continuation and a full expansion of my 4-part mini-series that I've been doing for the past few days about spiritual gifts, identifying how to use them, how to evolve and grow with them, and how to protect them. And in this session, I'm going to take my time to pour into you, those who are gathered here, pour into you sacred wisdom on how to identify your gifts, how to understand your gifts, how to evolve with your gift, and how to protect your spiritual gifts. So this just isn't a class, it's an activation. Greetings, Toots. Welcome. Thank you for the like. Hope you're doing well today. Greetings, everybody. As you come in the room, tap the screen, please. Tap the screen. Press those hearts. Share this live with at least 10 or 11 people, everybody. Share this live with someone that could use movement, and this platform blesses you, inspires you, encourages you. We invite you to sow a love offering into this sacred work to help us continue to expand our reach. You can do that via Cash App at $ capital VSY, lowercase ISRAEL. Again, if you want to give to the platform, you can do so through Cash App at $ capital VSY, lowercase ISRAEL 2021. And you also can become a subscriber if you're on TikTok. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Give us a follow. I understand. Yes, at any means necessary. Get it in. So let's begin today. Let's talk about identifying your spiritual gifts. And as always, we honor the divine presence within us and each other. It's in our midst today. We honor and pay homage to our ancestors, those who have gone before us, and we invite Spirit to guide us today on the path of liberation and awakening. Amen and Ashe. So we're going to begin with talking about identifying your spiritual gifts. So let's start with the first steps, being able to recognize the signs that you are spiritually guided and gifted. See, you don't always need a burning bush experience, a burning bush moment for you to identify your gifts. You don't need a drastic event to happen to know that you are spiritually gifted. Sometimes your gifts show up in subtle ways, in quiet places and spaces. So let me give you some clear signs. You are spiritually gifted. If you feel deeply, even when no one says a word, if you can feel deeply, you can sense emotions in the room. Nobody said a word. That's not just empathy, beloved. That's spiritual sensitivity. You have a gift to sense, to feel energy, emotions. Emotions is energy and movement. If you know things you weren't taught, that's intuition. That's divine knowing. If you dream vividly, you receive messages and visions or waking flashes before your eyes. That's the gift of prophecy stirring in you. If you always felt different, too deep, too intense, too extra for people and for others, if you seem not to quite fit in groups and spaces, that's because you weren't meant to fit in, beloved. You were born to stand out because you have a spiritual gift. Now, this is another clear one, sign that you got spiritual gifts. If you attract people, if people are so attracted to you and they open up easily, instantly, if people ever say, it feels like I've known you forever and I can just talk to you about anything, anything according to those lines, that means you're a safe space. And you have that healing energy to heal others. My dear, you have the gift of healing, to calm the raging storms. Yes. When people want to talk to you, always gravitate to you. Your energy is a healing energy, and they are drawn. You're a magnet because you have that spiritual gift. Beloved, I want you to know these are not just coincidences that you experience. These are indicators that your soul remembers its assignment and why you were sent here in this earthly experience. You were born with access to realms others can't see. But people that are not spiritually initiated, they say, oh, you weird, you too deep. Something's wrong with you. But it's not that at all. They say you're crazy. That's because they haven't been given the gift to see, to feel, to know, to heal. But it's been given to you. Yep, that's another example. When you feel old soul, that means people say, oh, you're old soul, that's an indicator that your spirit has been here before. Your soul has been through other lifetimes. And you came back here and your soul remembers things from previous past lives. Isn't that powerful? Beloved, you have been born with a spiritual tool set that this world desperately needs. So don't allow people's ignorance to cause you not to tap into your spiritual gifts to not only help and benefit yourself, but all those you encounter, because you have a tool set they don't have that they desperately need, even if they don't know it yet. So I want you to affirm this with me. Say this with me. Repeat after me. I am gifted. I am chosen. I am awakening to my divine assignment. Let's affirm that together one more time. I am gifted. I am chosen. I am awakening to my divine assignment. Amen and Ashe. So let's talk a little bit about becoming acquainted with your gifts. Greetings, the one who got away at period. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody said, I didn't know Miss Cleo was still around. Well, honey, ask your mama. She know about Miss Cleo. All right, so let's deal with becoming acquainted with your gifts. Now that we have recognized the signs if we have a spiritual gift or not, we need to become familiar with what we carry. That's what we have to do now. We recognize the signs to tell if we are spiritually gifted or not. Now we need to become familiar with what we carry. Because you just don't have a gift. You have a spiritual identity that comes with your gift. I'm going to say that again. You're just not gifted, but you have a spiritual identity that comes with your gifting. You may have a prophetic gift through dreams, visions, and sudden inner knowing. That's one of my gifts. You may be a healer, someone who comforts, restores, or channels energy for others' well-being. Another one of my gifts. You may have that. You may carry the gift of intercession. You feel called to pray or speak words that shift atmospheres. Another one of my gifts. You also may have a deep knowing and sensing, a deeply discerning gift, able to see the past, able to see past the surface level things. You're able to look deep down into matters and feel truth instantly. Especially those who have a gift of discerning, they can tell when people are lying or telling the truth right off the bat. I remember a gift that was passed down to me from my grandfather, who was a seer, that I was able to see when somebody was lying, because it was like smoke coming out of their mouth. Now, this is not a natural thing. This is a spiritual thing that I could, through my third eye, could see. I could see black smoke if they were lying, white smoke if they were telling the truth. So if you have a spirit of discerning, you're able to see past the surface, see past the lies, see past the falsehood, the pretense, and you're able to feel truth instantly. You also may have the gift of being a channel or messenger. You speak and spirit flows. Yes, honey, I just let them lie because that is for me to know. My desire is for me to know and not to be hoodwinked. You go ahead and tell your lies, honey. If that what makes you sleep at night, go ahead. But that don't mean I'm going to be fooled by you. So if you have a gift of channeling or a messenger, you speak and the spirit flows. You learn how to do the sacred dance with spirit. Your words open people's hearts or bring divine clarity. That, my friend, you are a channeler. You are a messenger of spirit. And I'm going to give you ways how to get acquainted with your spiritual gift. Number one way to get acquainted with your spiritual gift is silence. You have to know how to dwell in silence. You have to learn to drown out the outside noise. Let me use an example. Those who are seers, prophets, those who channel messages from spirit, you have to learn that a lot of times you're going to walk alone, and you have to be willing to do that. You can't be gossiping all the time. Because how are you going to keep your channel clear to give divine messages? How are you going to be able to keep your spirit clear to move energy, to speak and operate with spirit, if you're always cluttering your channel with negative energy, gossip, all these other things? Oh, yes, Johnny Brand, it very well can be easy, or hard, rather. It can be hard. Yes, we've been programmed to always stay busy, work, family, technology. We always got something to do. But we have to, that's where discipline comes in. Self-mastery. How to master yourself and not let other things master you. Because remember, you're in control. Because if you're not in control, that means you're a slave. And something or someone is controlling you. So we have to learn self-mastery. Learn how to discipline ourselves. See, getting acquainted with your gift is not going to be easy. You have to be willing to discipline yourself, discipline your mind, your spirit. How to sit quietly. Yes, we're going to sit quietly. We're going to cut off the music. No, we don't need the kumbaya and yoga music in the back. No, honey, that's good for some time. But you need to learn how just to sit quietly with your own self and with your own thoughts. And if you say, oh, I don't like to sit quietly with my own thoughts, that means you need to start controlling your thoughts. See, it's all discipline. So learn to get quiet. Spend quiet time daily. Because it's in those quiet moments of meditation and silence that the whispers of the divine knowledge, the ancestors, your guides, speak to you. You get clarity of mind. All right, Johnny Brand, you know your gifts. So your gift of discernment, empathy, prophecy. All of those takes quiet time. Yes, meditation can be hard too. Yes, it certainly can. But with time and practice, I know some of you may have heard that saying, practice makes perfect. Learning to continue to practice these disciplines helps it expand. Your tolerance, your capacity to do so expands over time. Trust me, I've been working on my spiritual gifts since, 5, 6 years old. I knew things. I remember an example when I started public speaking on spiritual topics at 6 years old, quote unquote, preaching at 6. So, I have a lot of time and a lot of experience in the quote unquote game. But I remember when I was a young child, my mother took us to one of her mother's best friend's home, and she had a beautiful mansion. And we went there, and I got close to this. She was an older woman, and I got close to her stomach. And all of a sudden, I remember 5, 6 years old, and I started praying on her stomach. And I said, you got cancer, but God's going to heal you after the day. Now, a 5, 6-year-old child, not knowing what cancer was, didn't know what the word cancer was. I'm not sure if I knew how to spell the word cancer, but I touched her stomach and I said, you got cancer, but God is going to heal you after the day from your cancer. This woman had not told anybody that she had been diagnosed with cancer. So she went into the other room with all the other adults and she was shocked. She said, how did this child know that I had cancer? I haven't told anybody. None of my family knows. Nobody knows. Not even her spouse knew that she had been diagnosed with cancer. And sure enough, a few weeks later, she called my mother and said, tell your child I said thank you. Because I went back, had a checkup, they examined me thoroughly and said I don't have cancer anymore. I don't have cancer anymore. So practice, discipline. It will help you expand your gifting. So spend quiet time daily. Your gifts will speak more clearly when the noise of the outside world is dialed back, turned down. You're certainly welcome, darling. Anybody who's on TikTok who have to leave or drop in and out, just know you can go over YouTube and catch the replay always. It's up there. So as you come in the room, please tap the screen, share this live. Everybody help us out. Share this live to at least 10 or 11 people. Oh, it's the same name, Chief Apostle Veronica Yisrael, at Chief Apostle Veronica Yisrael on all social medias, on YouTube. You can look at Chief Apostle Veronica Yisrael, and you will find under the live section all of the live streams, all of the long form content. So number one in getting acquainted with your spiritual gifting is silence. Number two, get acquainted with writing. Start journaling your experience. If you are a prophetic dreamer, learn to write these dreams down. Track your dream. If you have synchronicities, when people say they see numbers 111 or 2323 or 222, when they start seeing numbers, everywhere you go, you see numbers. Or if throughout your day, every day, this particular day, all you hear is the same topic everywhere you go. When you look on social media, when you listen to the news, when you talk to different people, in phone conversation, and this particular topic keep coming up, journal it. Because Spirit is trying to reach you from every avenue to get a message to you. Learn to journal. Track your emotions. Write it down. Track and write your patterns, because your patterns will reveal your power. I'm going to say that again. Your patterns will reveal your power. So learn to write. Learn to journal. When you get divine downloads and messages, don't rely on your brain, honey. Write it down. Give you an example with learning. Sometimes I would get divine downloads about certain people. And so I would just write it down. And when I talk to them again, I'll tell them what Spirit gave me. They say, oh my God, how'd you know that? Oh my God. Remember, the divine Spirit is omnipresent, knows all things. The divine intelligence knows all things. And Spirit knows how to get you a message no matter what. And a lot of time, why the Spirit shows other people things to tell us is because sometimes our channel has been blocked or we've been distracted. Sometimes the divine has sent signs to us and messages to us through various avenues, but we just have not taken heed, or we're too distracted, or we just wasn't still and quiet enough. Our channels are blocked. So Spirit had to speak to someone else, another divine being, to come to you, to speak to you, to give you a message. Because remember, the Spirit don't have to go talk to somebody else to tell you something. Spirit can talk directly to you. But the question is, are you listening? Because the divine is always speaking. The question is, are we listening with our ears and our hearts, with our spirit? So remember, number one, right. Thank you for the follow. Tommy Gun Rock says, honest the prophet, nobody Drew Ali. Yes, we pay homage to him. Blessed be, peace be upon him. He did great things for our people. Yes. Johnny Brand says, I've had multiple prophets and seers tell me I would be in ministry and do great works for the Creator. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, the divine sometimes speaks through other people to us to help get our attention. So, right, number one, silence. Learn to get quiet daily. Drown the outside noise out, dial it back. Two, write. Journal all of your dreams, visions, synchronicities, emotions, because your patterns will reveal your power. Number three, study. One of the greatest things that will help your gifting is learning to study about it. Everything you get your hand on about it, read it. Peace, love, and light. Tommy Gunrock, greetings, welcome. Glad to have you here. Read everything you can about your gifting from all different arenas and sources. You have to learn how to study. Spirit can't use an empty brain. Because the more you expand your knowledge about your gifting, the more Spirit can use you in different capacities. Why? Because Spirit works with your knowledge. You're able to help people more the more knowledgeable you are. Because you have a plethora of knowledge to work with. So learn to study. And don't just be narrow in your study, only with what you're comfortable with. Study your gifting all around. Read spiritual texts, sacred texts, the Bible included. Study Ma'at, African cosmology, metaphysics. Feed your gift with wisdom. A gift without wisdom is trouble. Gift without wisdom is trouble, a disaster waiting to happen. Some people got a gift, but they don't got no wisdom, and they're making a mess. So you got to feed your spirit and your gift with wisdom. So learn to study. It even says in a verse of the Bible, 1 Timothy, study to show thyself approved. Workmen that need not be ashamed, right? To be dividing the word of truth. Gotta learn to study. So number one, silence. Number two, write. Number three, study. Number four, observe. Observe. Learn to observe. You say, what do you mean by observe? Well, what environments activate your gift? You have to understand what certain environments will activate your gift. Certain type of music, certain type of environment, places, people, things will activate your gifts. So learn to observe your surroundings. When you feel that spiritual gifting being activated more so in this environment than others. So observe. Do your gift activated doing more in worship, in meditation, in conflict? Notice your spiritual triggers. It's good to know. Because this is how you build relationship with your gift. This is how you become more acquainted with your gift. When you observe your surroundings, environments that activate your gift. And yes, our self, that lower self, don't want to study, don't want to take the time out, honey. Don't want to be bothered. But we got to continue to discipline ourselves. So, but see, learning to be quiet and use these different tools to get acquainted with your gift, you will always be warned. As the verse of sacred text says, warning come before destruction. So before something happens, Spirit always warns us. The question is, are we paying attention? Are we in alignment and in tune to be able to get that warning, to get that sign, to make a detour, or to be watchful over this? Listen to your spirit, your inner voice. When you feel something giving you a pause, saying, I don't think this is right, something not right about this, go with your intuition. Your intuition is your internal guidance system. That's how Spirit speaks to us. Learn to listen, because it will save us trouble. Somebody asked about 9/11. Honey, I know one in particular example. This one lady normally is never late for work, always there every day. But this particular day, for some reason, something just kept telling her, don't go into work today, call out. And so she did. Don't you know what? Next thing you know, the events of 9/11 happened to the Twin Towers. And her sister down in Georgia called her because they just knew their sister was in there. But they just called the house just hoping that she didn't go to work that day. And sure enough, she answered the phone and they were so excited. She was so excited. She said, you didn't go to work? I said, no. Something just told me don't go to work today. And it's not just her that had the experience, others had the experience. The whole incident was a tragedy, for sure. But I'm just giving you examples. When you're in alignment, you will get signs and warnings and sacred whispers from the divine to give you direction on what to do, give you directions on how to move. And that's what's key. To follow your internal guidance system. So I want you to repeat after me. Say this affirmation with me. I am becoming fully acquainted with the sacred gifts I've been entrusted with. Come on, say that with me. I am becoming fully acquainted with the sacred gifts I've been entrusted with. So learn, you may have a gift, but you got to grow it. You have to grow your gift. You have to learn to grow your gift. It's your responsibility to grow your gift. Greetings, Tina Cherry 44. So good to see you. Thank you for joining us. So let's take a breath right here. And if this teaching today so far is speaking to your spirit, I want you to drop a flame emoji in the comment section. Drop a flame emoji in the comment section if this live session so far is speaking to your spirit. If you feel your spirit connecting with what is being said here, drop a flame emoji in the comment section. I'm waiting. I want to see it. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you, the one who got away at period. Yes. And if you know someone who else is gifted, if you know someone else who's gifted but stuck, I want you to send this video right now to them. Send this live stream to them. If you know somebody who's gifted but they're spiritually stuck and they're struggling, accepting, struggling, identifying their gifts, struggling to grow their gift, I want you to send this live stream to them right now so they can get in on this teaching, so they can awaken, identify, and begin to grow their gift. So let's continue. Let's continue. Evolving your gift. Let's talk about that. How to evolve your gift. Because it's not just enough to just know you're gifted or you have a spiritual gift. Now you have to learn how to grow it, how to refine it, how to evolve with that gift that you have. A lot of people have been told, oh, I see you have the gift of this, or you have the gift of that. But nobody ever sat them down and taught them how to grow that gift, how to refine it, how to evolve with it. See, that comes with time and teaching. Because your gift is not static. Understand it. Your gift is not static. It's a living part of you. Your gift, it always evolves as you evolve. Your gift evolves as you evolve. So the question is now, how do we evolve our spiritual gifts? How do we evolve our spiritual gifts? Well, first thing that you can do to help evolve your spiritual gift is fasting and purification. Fasting and purification. These are the first ways to be able to evolve your spiritual gifting. Because fasting and purification deals with cleansing the body. And it causes your spirit to be heightened. It heightens your sensitivity and brings clarity to your purpose. So learn how to use this tool to evolve your gift. Fasting and purification. Cleansing your mind, body, soul, spirit. Heightening your spiritual sensitivity. Bringing you clarity of purpose. That's what's important. Because if you're not cleansed inwardly in your mind and spirit, it clouds everything. Because your gifting runs through your channels. And if you're not purified and with clarity, that means your gifting is not pure and cleansing. It's not as effective. So you have to learn how to spiritually cleanse yourself. Second thing you can do to help evolve your spiritual gift is study and mentorship. Now, I've said this over and over, and I said this time last year, and I stay in with it. In spirituality and even religion, in church especially, We have to change the lingo and the language. Because you don't need another spiritual mother, spiritual father. They're good in that place. But everybody don't need to be your spiritual mother, spiritual father. You need mentors. You need a mentor. You need a coach to help you. See, mother and fathers, they, coddle you and, all of that kind of stuff. No, you don't need to be coddled. You need a mentor. You need a coach to help put you in the game, help you mature in what you're trying to do. You don't need a spiritual mother or father. Learn to learn from your elders. Greetings, Queen Judith. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Greetings, Bill. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Everybody that should come in the room, please tap the screen. Tap, 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 tap. Press those hearts. Share this live with at least 10 or 11 people. Do that for us, please. So learn, study, and mentorship. Learn from your elders. Study ancient spiritual systems. Beloved, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's one of the things that people fail to realize. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Our ancestors already built the foundation. Learn from the elders. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Foundation already has been built in. Spiritual laws have already been codified by our ancestors. Learn to study them. Learn from your elders. Find somebody who your spirit agrees with. Find somebody that speaks to your spirit, that agrees with your energy, that you can have as a mentor, that's willing to mentor you. An elder in your community who already been there, done that, have the gifting that you're trying to aspire to, that you have, that can train you, that can give you pointers, give you wisdom. That's what is needed. And that's what the Soul Awakening Sanctuary movement is about, having a spiritual community. And also the Sankofa Spiritual Solutions, where we offer one-on-one coaching and different things, mentorships to people. Because this is what we need, mentorship. So, evolving your spiritual gift, number 1, fasting and purification. Number 2, studying and mentorship. Number 3, spiritual hygienes. Just like you have hygienes for your physical body, you have to have spiritual hygienes. Learning how to protect your energy daily. Learning how to protect your energy field. Learn how to protect your energy field. You may ask, well, how do I protect my energy field? Spiritual hygiene. Well, I'm going to give you some examples. Sage is a natural element that's used for purification, spiritual cleansing, hygiene, spiritual hygiene. Now, don't nobody get on here in the comments talking about, sage is evil or whatever have you. Honey, well, if you look in the biblical text narrative, they use smoke and incense and stuff like that. Sage ain't no different. So let's Let's cut the crap. These are things our ancestors gave us to help protect us, for our own spiritual hygienes, to protect your energy daily. Cut the BS. Other people tell you not to use sage because they're not a part of our culture. They're not a part of us. So yes, they don't understand it, but our ancestors left it on record. Use sage to protect your energy field. Sage your home, sage your space. That's why some people can't spiritually connect in their home, because their home is out of alignment. You need to cleanse your home. And if you grew up in the South, especially in the Black community, you knew what the first of the month stood for. It wasn't just for people to get their check. First of the month is blowing cinnamon day. First of the month, it's time to cleanse your house. Time to purify your house. Talk about spring cleaning, honey. We have that every first of the month. Wash those walls. Cleanse that house. From back to front. Sweep from back to front. Cleanse from back to front. Sage your house. Use holy water. Florida water. Make you a floor bath. Floor wash. Use spiritual sound baths in your home to cleanse your home. Use oils, sacred oils. Blow cinnamon in your home. Before you do that, you speak your intention. Speak what you want to see. Speak life into your home. See, blowing the cinnamon, doing all this stuff is somebody for you speaking. Speaking life, using your spiritual abilities. Greetings, Bookie K. Good to see you, darling. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So, just like you bathe your body, you must learn to cleanse your spirit. Somebody say, when was the last time you took a bath, honey? Ask your mama when the last time she took a bath. Now get on off my line. What's wrong with you, child? I'm cleaner than your whole generation. What's wrong with you? Y'all want to learn to get off my line with that foolishness. If it don't apply, let it fly. Keep strolling, honey. Keep moving. I'm sweet, nice, loving, but I don't play when it comes to my community and what I'm doing spiritually. So if you got games to play, go somewhere else and do them. We're here to help those that are wanting to learn, that are wanting to grow, that are wanting to expand their consciousness, that's ready to get out of the matrix. Stop being a slave. So just like you bathe your body, you must cleanse your spirit and use the proper spiritual tools to do it. That's what we have to do. Bill asked about LGBTQ plus community. What about them, honey? What about that? What about LGBTQ community? So we have to cleanse our spirit just like we cleanse our body, because it helps us evolve spiritually. So the fourth thing you can do. So number one was fasting and purification. Number two, study and mentorship. Number three, spiritual hygienes. The fourth thing you can do to help yourself spiritually evolve is community. Sometimes when we come into the spirituality space, we forget about spiritual community. Just because you left organized religion, from attending church, mosque, synagogue, temple, whatever, you still need community. You cannot do it by yourself. I know some people think they can. They isolate themselves and they think they can do it all. No, you need community, honey. Because iron sharpens iron. We learn to grow together. When we're supporting one another, you share your gifting, I share mine. We help each other grow. So gifts grow better in sacred soil, an atmosphere that's cultivated for unity and community. So I encourage you, don't isolate your gift. Plug into a spiritually nourishing circle like this one, the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement, or like others, where your gifts are honored, not silenced. You are respected. That's what helps evolve and grow your spiritual gift when you're amongst other people, so you don't feel alone. That's what it's all about. Oh, yes, honey. I know they're trolling me because I'm teaching. He said, teaching us how to use our gifts. They foolishly think they can steal them. They don't want to do the work. Yes, honey. Awaken in Life 888. So glad to see you again today. Thank you for joining us. Yes, honey. They always love to troll, especially on YouTube, honey. They troll the hell out of them. I don't know. They just got time every day. But we're still here showing up every day to teach those that are willing to learn and want to be helped, want wisdom, sacred knowledge to evolve. So, community is important. And I'm glad this teaching is helping someone today, because that's my motto, the song that Mahalia Jackson song. If I can help somebody along the way, in a word or in a song, if I can help somebody, stop them from doing wrong, then my living shall not be in vain. That's my motto. That's my heart's cry. That's my mission in life. And using my gifts for the benefit of myself and all that I encounter. That's the whole purpose. To help other people. So let's learn community. So now let's talk about some signs that your gift is stagnating. Because some of you have gifts, but it's stagnant. If you feel creatively blocked, your gift is stagnated. If you're always comparing yourself to others, that's a big one. Your spiritual gift is stagnated. Honey, somebody may have the same gift as you, but that don't mean nothing, honey. Their gift may operate in them totally different from you. But it's the same gifting, same energy, but it operates differently in each person. Because your gift is tailored uniquely to you. So don't compare yourself to anybody. Don't compete when you can't compare. Don't put yourself in a place to be in opposition with your brother or sister or your loved one or your Anybody, any other human. Because we all are uniquely, divinely created and made. So don't compare yourself to anyone else. You compare yourself today with who you were yesterday. That's the only person you're in competition with, yourself. You're not in competition with nobody. Because everybody have their own path. Everybody have their own gifting. Everybody have their own purpose and assignment in life. Just focus on you and what you're doing, not what the next person doing. That's how we get off track, because we are focused on the wrong things. Well, look what they're doing. Look how they're doing it. Wrong thing. Our focus is in the wrong place. We need to get back on focus. And the focus is stop comparing yourself to others and be focused on your assignment, your life's mission and goal. Another way you know if your gift is stagnant, if you feel fear or shame about your gift, that means your gift is stagnant. Another reason you're not focused. Stop letting people damn you somewhere that, well, honey, don't even exist, to be honest. When people tell me, oh, you going to hell, good. It's better than any place you at. Fine. Honey, I don't believe in the place, so you can damn me any way you want to, honey. That don't mean it's happening. Talking about, well, you leading people astray. I ain't leading nobody nowhere. Everybody has to think for themselves. I'm here showing the light, the truth. A different way to look at things. And it's up to each person. So a lot of times, we take more credit than we should. You don't lead nobody nowhere that they don't want to be led. Because we've left that sheep mentality in the church, in organized religion. We're not sheep over here in spirituality. We use our critical thinking skills. We examine things, study with open eyes. We remove the veil, the blinders. Because it's not about believing, it's about knowing. We've did enough believing in our life, blind faith. It's now time to know. That's what the church always teaches, blind faith. Believe it even though you don't see it. Trust God when you can't trace all these things. Honey, you need to learn to open your eyes. That's what happened to our ancestors. They taught them to get on their knees, close their eyes, put their hands together and pray. When they opened their eyes, they done took their land, their natural resources, and all they had was the Bible and indoctrination, honey. Keep your eyes wide open, so your spiritual gifts will not become stagnant. So if you feel shame about your gift, then you are spiritually stagnant. Don't nobody tell you, oh, you doing witchcraft. They only call witchcraft what they don't understand. See, when you break down that word witchcraft, it's witch. Witchcraft. Are you practicing? Witchcraft. W-H-I-C-H. Witchcraft. Witchcraft. Are you practicing? See, they label our ancestral roots and our ancestral wisdom and practices witchcraft because they want you to keep you away from learning about your spiritual heritage. No, we ain't practicing witchcraft. What we're doing is going back to our ancestral roots. What gives us power? Our spiritual gifts. Because they know we're gifted. And they want to separate us from what our ancestors left for us. Our power source. Honey, you're not the only one. I'm the one who got away. Listen, a lot of us have allowed people to talk us out of our spiritual gifting. And we've suppressed it. Yes, honey. Once you get to a certain place, you've surpassed the human experience. You've connected to your higher self. And you can truly say, I am that I am. You can say, I am he that liveth and was dead. And now I'm alive forevermore. Why? Because I'm God in flesh, having a human experience. Church don't teach you that you God. It'll teach you to worship a God outside of yourself. But according to Psalm 82:6, have I not said that ye are God and are all the children of the Most High? It's even in your Bible that ye are God. Even Yeshua quoted that verse of Psalm 82:6 when they said, well, you blaspheming because you, as a man, human flesh, call yourself God. He said, is it not written in your law? He's referring to Psalm 82:6. Every time you see in the Bible, in the New Testament, it says, is it not written? It's talking about the Hebrew Bible. Because remember, when Yeshua come to call Jesus and all those were living, there was no such thing called a New Testament. It didn't exist. The only word of God or Bible per se they had was the Hebrew Bible. It wasn't to the Roman Empire and those got wanting to use Christianity and build a religion for themselves that the New Testament came about. And we talk about historical facts, not church indoctrination. But he even said, he quoted Psalm 82:6. Is it not written in your law that says, ye are gods and are all children of the Most High? So once you begin to understand, thank you for the gifts, light and rainbow. Greetings, niece. So good to see you, Yamaya. Greetings, Lola Valentine. Thank you so very much. So happy to see you. So happy to see each and every one of you. You have a wonderful day, one who got away. So good to see you. Come back when you're available and join us. We're so happy for everyone. As you come in the room, please tap the screen, share this live, at least 10, 11 people. Help us out. So if you feel creatively blocked, if you're comparing yourself to others, if you feel fear or shame about your gift, you're stagnating. If you're using your gift to be impressive rather than impactful, you are stagnating your gift. Don't misuse your spiritual gifting. Your spiritual gifting. Thank you for your subscribing. If you are using your spiritual gift to impress other people, then using it to be impactful, you are misusing your gift. Don't misuse your spiritual gifts. It's there to help you and help all those that you come in contact with, not to be a show off, not to act like you know better than everybody and you more powerful than everybody. Honey, that's not the purpose of having a spiritual gift. It's to help bring purposeful meaning to people's lives, to be impactful in someone's life, not to showboat. So don't misuse your gift, because if you do, you're being stagnated. Everything I just mentioned, beloved, these are signs that your gift needs care. You experience any of those things, that shows you your gift needs care. You need to pay more attention. Come more in alignment. So I want you to repeat this affirmation with me. Say it with me. Repeat after me. My gift is divine. Come on. My gift is divine. I evolve in wisdom and sacred purpose. My gift is divine. My gift is divine. I evolve in wisdom, strength, and sacred purpose. Amen and Ashe. Greetings, Joel Howard. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So now we're going to begin with talking about protecting your gift. Because a lot of us have a gift, but we don't know how to protect it. So now let's get to something crucial when it comes to your spiritual gift: protection. Because when your light shines brighter, shadows try to dim your light. Your gift is not only a source of light, but it also can become a target for those who want to target you and dim your light. So here's what attacks your gift. I'm going to give you some examples, 3 examples of things that you'll know that your gift is being attacked. The evil eye. When somebody is jealous and envious of you, when you have a lot of jealousy and envy from those around you, honey, your gift is under attack. When you experience energy leeches, energy vampires, people who constantly drain you but never pour back into you, honey, your gifting is under attack. They're trying to suck the life out of you and your gift. They just take. Be aware of friends who always trying to use your spiritual gifts on the low without getting proper access, without compensation. I always tell people, honey, that, like they used to say, the gospel is free, my time ain't. Friend, foe, acquaintance, if you want availability to my gifting, you have to do it to the right proper channels. Because people will use you and misuse you, abuse your gift, mishandle you. And oftentimes because we allowed it. We didn't set proper boundaries. Learn to set proper boundaries. So energy leeches. People who constantly try to drain you but never pour back into you. Honey, your spiritual gifts are under attack. And if you're dealing with overgiving, oversharing, feeling obligated to serve everyone at the expense of yourself, honey, beloved, your spiritual gifting is under attack. So you have to learn to use healthy boundaries. Have to have a cutoff time. Certain boundaries that are hard boundaries that you're not going to pass. And it's not just to protect you from other people, it's help you protect you from you. To help you be able to preserve yourself and not keep giving and giving at the expense of yourself. Sometimes you got to learn how to turn some invitations down, turn some clients away so you can preserve yourself. So I'm going to give you some ways on how to protect what you carry, how to protect your gift and what you carry. Let me give you some ways you can do it. Number 1, cleanse daily. Daily cleanse. Use herbs, water, or affirmations, and sound, smoke. However, to cleanse, to stay spiritually clear. That's right, Tommy. If someone is confusing you, they're taking advantage of you. Because that's a part of the scheme, to confuse you so you don't see what's really happening. So cleanse yourself daily. Do different spiritual tools to help you stay purified and your chakras aligned. 2, work with the ancestors. Set up an altar. Talk with them. Their guidance is your shield. They already been through this earthly existence. They know the tricks, the downfalls. and they give you guidance. Don't listen to the colonizers saying, "Oh, your ancestors are dead, they're done," and Everybody, what do you think you're doing when you go to the graveyard and put flowers there? Cleanse the graveyard, remove the old flowers, put new flowers there, different things. And you go there and you have a little conversation with your mom, dad, or grandmother, grandparents, whatever. What do you think you do? Ancestor veneration. You're there talking to your loved one. That's right. We should never be afraid of our ancestors, those our loved ones who passed on from this realm to the next. Why? Because they are always trying to be of help to us. But the oppressor teaches you, no, don't do that. Why? Because they want to disconnect you from your power. That's all. It's always a play for power, trying to get you disconnected from your ancestral roots and give you their brainwashed, whitewashed, colonized God and religion. Give it back to them. We don't need it. It hasn't worked. All these years it hasn't worked, and it ain't gonna work, honey. Give it back to them. It's time to go back to your roots. Try that. Because obviously, this colonized thing ain't working, honey. And people don't like to hear that. They get upset, but I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. So y'all thought the people back in the day was lying when they started talking about Christianity was the white man's religion. Y'all thought they were lying when they said that. Y'all thought they were just talking stuff until you bring in the research that all of these major religions were all crafted by the oppressors. Every last one of them. So cleanse daily, work with your ancestors. 3, use discernment. Learn to use discernment, beloved. It will keep you out of trouble. It will help you miss those pitfalls and bumps in the road. Ashe, niece. Ashe. So stop announcing your spiritual business to people who aren't spiritually safe. Stop oversharing, because that's why sometimes your stuff is blocked, because you done overshared. Thank you for the gifts. You know, overshared. My nana used to have a saying she used to give to me in Proverbs. If she asked me about something, but I told her about this, that, and the third, then that, she said, I didn't ask you all that. Answer the question that's given. I asked you a specific question, give me the specific answer. Because the problem she was trying to instill in me, learn to stop oversharing. That's how people get the information to entrap us, to confuse us, to screw up our plan, because you gave it to them. You gave them the ammunition and the tools to do it, to destroy you. So that Oprah said, mum is the word. Learn to be quiet. Stop telling your spiritual business to people who aren't spiritually safe. And number 4, invoke my aunt. Invoke my aunt. I talk about my aunt all the time. The personified goddess of wisdom, justice, universal divine order, cosmic order, truth, balance, justice, divine order is what happens when you walk in my art. Because when you walk in my eye, you walk in divine protection. Because those 42 negative confessions, 42 laws of my art, 42 declarations of innocence help you as a mirror to stay in alignment with your highest ideals. This is your moral compass. You don't need the 10 Commandments or anybody's Bible. You need my art, the spiritual codified laws our ancestors left for us to use as a moral compass to keep us in alignment with who we are. Greetings, Let 'em Cook. So good to see you. Happy to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Ashe, align yourself back with who you are. Above all, I want you to remember this. Oh, can I spell it for you? Ma'at, M-A''A'-T. Ma'at. Yes, that's how you spell it. M-A''A'-T. Not two A's. M-A''A'-T. Ma'at. M-A''A'-T. You're welcome, beloved. I did a whole teaching on 42 Laws of Ma'at. It's on YouTube. I did a whole series and we broke down one by one. Greetings, champion. Oh my. Blessings to you. No matter how long, or I don't care how long it took you to wait, I'm glad you're at this place in your life where you're awakening. That's powerful. It's never too late. It's never too late to awaken and arise. Think of how many people have left this earthly existence before they woke up, before they came to the knowledge of who they are, not what the world have told them. So if we're still above ground, we should be thankful. We definitely should be thankful. So I want you to say, remember this, you don't owe your gift to anyone who disrespects it. Let me say that again. I want you, above all, remember this, you don't owe your gift to anyone or anything who disrespects it. If people cannot respect your gift, your spiritual identity, you don't owe them the time of day. If you can't be respected, they can't respect you, learn to withdraw your presence. Learn to value your gifting, what you carry. Learn to value yourself. Remove yourself from those atmospheres, from people who do not see you for who you are. So I want you to repeat this affirmation with me. I protect what is sacred. I honor my gift, and I walk in divine power and discernment. Say that one more time with me. I protect what is sacred. I honor my gift. I walk in divine power and discernment. Amen and Ashe. So, family, today I want you to take away not just a lesson. I want you to know this was a reminder of who you are. Remember that you're not broken. You're not crazy. You're not too sensitive. You are gifted. You are gifted. You are called. You are powerful. And you're not alone. So I want you to let's walk boldly in what you've been given. And if this live has blessed you, this live stream blessed you, spoke to your spirit and heart, I want you to make sure you subscribe. I want you to share it with others and continue walking with the Soul Awakening Sanctuary movement. If you'd like to support this platform, if you enjoyed what you hear and we want to say thank you, give a tip or a gift to help us continue to further our cause, you can do so through Cash App. That's $ capital VSY, lowercase ISRAEL 2021. Again, that's through Cash App. Capital VSY, lowercase ISRAEL 2021. And if you want to give through Zelle, you can just put it in the comments or inbox me, and I'll get you information if you want to give through Zelle. We appreciate all of your gifts. None is too small or too great to help us continue to awaken the world one mind at a time. If you want more than just a live stream and you want to be a part of our spiritual community that we're building called the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement, reach out to us, send us a message. You can email us or just inbox us on whatever social media you're watching, because we're on all Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. So you can reach out to us, inbox us, let us know you're looking and you're interested in being a member of our spiritual community. You can join us. We're sending information what you need to do to be a member with us, to expand your consciousness, to understand who you are. As a member, you get a consultation with me as the spiritual advisor and chief high priestess leader. All of these different things that you will be available to you as being a member. So if that you want to make a home, spiritual home, have a spiritual community that you can grow and experience spirituality from an expanded conscious perspective, reach out to us and let us know. If you want to book us for spiritual consultation, if you want to reach out to us for a one-on-one session, coaching session, or any of the things that we offer, you can reach out to us and we'll let you know how you can book a session with us. Greetings, McKnight. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. And we love you all. Always know that you are creative, you are powerful, you are the divine, the epitome of the divine consciousness that created the universe. You are God in the flesh having a human experience. Remember that you are great. You are. Name is great. Greatness is on the inside of you. And you will do great exploits in the earth. You're destined for greatness. Why? Because if it's true that we are created and made in the image of the Creator, that makes you a co-creator with the divine, which makes you a creator. And remember, you create every day with the thoughts that you entertain in your mind and the words in which you speak. You create your reality. Always remember that. So be careful what you're creating. Always know that I love you, the presence of God and the divine in me loves the presence of God and the divine in you. Join us here, same time, same place, tomorrow, Monday through Friday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, right here, live on TikTok and YouTube. We stream simultaneously. So if you just came at the end of the live, always know you can go to YouTube and watch the replay. It's up. So we love you all. And until next time, peace be with you.